Some celebs pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. For now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud. Got some celebs pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. For now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.
Yes, my peoples, big up yourself, big up the whole Metric community, man. Smash the likes on your way. You know, we're always here daily. No disrespect, no days off. We'll always get into it, man. So let's go on, man. Let's get into it, man. Man United news, as you can see on my screen now, there's loads that's going on. I don't even know where to start, bro. I might just start here. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got the boy, the Zerbs. We've got manager situations going on. Let me fix this lightning quickly, car. It's moving a bit bougie. But yeah, man, let's get into it, man. So, boom, this is a little update with the last 24 hours, exactly what's been going on with Man United. There's beer stuff to talk about, man. Fabrizio Romano's come out and said a few things. Ben Jacobs, Andy Mitten, the whole heap of them. So let's go anyway. Let's get into it. So, boom. Obviously, I'm going to start with Nagelsmann now because there's been a lot of reports coming out about the boy Nagelsmann, talking heavily about him. He's one of our main managers for the summer. Remember, after that loss to Newcastle and the fact that we've been getting away with a few Fulham at home, what other games did we play that was kind of lucky, to be honest? We've been getting away with a few. West Ham, we should have lost. So obviously everyone's got their mind made up now that, oh, Carrick ain't the man. Maybe Carrick isn't the guy that we need. We need to go out there and get a proper manager. This is what some people are coming with. So who knows what's going to happen, man? But Nagelsmann, look at this. According to Tifo Football by The Athletic. So this is The Athletic, David Ornstein, Laurie Whitwell, all of them. They've all came out, basically. This is their platform. And according to them, the best candidate for the Man United job is Nagelsmann. From all the managers linked, Nagelsmann is seen as one of the strongest candidates due to his tactical flexibility and ability to adapt game to game. So every game, he knows how to switch it up. Whatever's going on, if it gets to halftime, he'll be able to switch it up. He's a tactician. This is what a lot of people call him. And if you look at Nagelsmann, he's probably one of the best managers out there. He ain't won a lot. He ain't got a lot on his CV, but you can tell what he's about and what he's on. So Nagelsmann's up on that list, man. This is The Athletic. A lot of people are speaking about him. It's left, right, and center. He's top, if anything, on that list because there's no one else, really. Everyone else that's been on the list, it's been like Pochettino, Marco Silva. Who's the other geezers that's been on it? Glasner. It's not really been no one that's been amusing, that's gone out there and won loads. Do you know what I'm saying? None of these world-class managers. You know, Tuchel, he's obviously signed a new contract with England. He ain't going to be the manager. Ancelotti, same thing with him. He's going to sign a new contract. And this is what we was going through. We wanted someone that's Premier League proven, as you can see here. We wanted someone Premier League proven. Man United are determined to appoint someone of a permanent head coach who has strength of character, experience to cope with all that is thrown at him. So we don't want someone that's going to be emotional in the press conference, like how Amrin was moving. No, we want someone that's going to be able to handle everything, that's been here before. You know what I'm saying? If you get someone that's just, he ain't really been at a big club, it might get too big for him. So this was the 4 names that were in for it. And as you can see, it was seen as too big of a role for Amrin. It was too much of a big job for him. So was Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag started being delusional in his press conferences, saying we played good and we're the best dynamic team and some madness. But Poch, I don't know why Poch is on that list. I think Poch definitely goes back to Spurs. He's definitely going back to Spurs. Like, that's just written in the stars. And long as Spurs don't get relegated, I think Poch ends up at Spurs. These two have obviously signed their contracts. It only leaves Nagelsmann. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously there's talks about the Zerbi and what else. There's talks about other managers. Remember, Glasner's going to be a free agent. Marco Silva's going to be a free agent. Who else is going to be a free agent? Iriola, he's going to be a free agent, but I don't know, man. I think the only guy that is left that's got caliber that will get people excited and off their feet will be Nagelsmann. Let's go and look at a bit of Nagelsmann's work. Obviously, he's been at Leipzig, he's been at Leipzig, he's been at Hoffenheim? Yeah, Hoffenheim, Leipzig, Bayern Munich, and Germany. And every single one of them, look at that, he's got more wins than losses. Even Hoffenheim, which ain't really the best team in the world. He had 55 wins, 43 draws, 38 losses. And that's what got him the move to Leipzig, where he went out there and won 54 games for them in a space of, 2 years, 22 draws, 19 losses. Then he went to Bayern Munich, 71%. Look at that, only 10 losses, 60 wins, 14 draws, 10 losses. He was smashing it. And then he left because of some political stuff or something. They said, yeah, let's get rid of him. But that's the only reason why he left. So Nagelsmann plays a big role in this, man. And he's gone to Germany. Germany, look, 17 wins, 6 draws, 6 losses. So this is the situation with Nagelsmann. No one knows what's going to happen, but he's Vivel's dog. Look, he's young, he's 38. He's Vivel's dog. He's a project manager. If we was to get him, he could be here for 2 decades, easy, and leave 58. He can do a Sir Alex. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So who knows what's going to happen, man? But that's what's came out about Nagelsmann. He's on the list. He's one of the top names left. This is something from a while ago, showing us all the links that we want. We want someone that's got the personality. Nagelsmann has got the personality. And then obviously, if you can see from today, 2:19 this morning, 2:19 like 3 hours ago, according to The Athletic, that's Ornstein, Laurie Whitwell, Manchester United proper journalists. And they're saying that he's one of the top on that list because his tactical flexibility is separate. So that's the situation with Nagelsmann. But you know me, when I put something on a thumbnail, there's something in there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I've put Nagelsmann blow because if that's what's going on, they're saying that about him. But then Stephen Ralston, who is very good for Man United News as well, he's came out today and he said this about this Nagelsmann situation. So I don't know what to believe at the moment, but this is what Ralston's come out and said. Look at that, 246 today. Look at the bottom. It says Nagelsmann will be more difficult to appoint. He is contracted with Germany's national team until 2028 and will manage at the World Cup in the United States this summer. United need clarity on their managerial situation before the World Cup. They cannot wait. A potential appointment of Nagelsmann would have to be announced before the World Cup, but there will be a managerial void at Carrington while he coached at the tournament. That point alone makes Nagelsmann highly unlikely, although he does have a very strong links with Christopher Vivel. So that's Stephen Ralston saying basically, yo, I think it's a myth. So who do you believe? Athletic, obviously they're more reliable if you see, but Stephen Ralston's good at what he does as well. And he's saying, yo, it's a myth because when you look at the tournament, unless you're sitting here and praying on Germany's downfall, the World Cup's going to be going on whilst we're meant to be at pre-season and that. So what are we going to be at pre-season with no manager? This is what he's trying to say. It doesn't really make any sense unless we announce it just before the World Cup. But if you announce it before the World Cup, if he buckles out of the World Cup because Germany are trash, they're going to blame him. They're going to say, you got us out there because your mind was in Manchester. You wasn't even thinking about us. Rare. So if you look at the dates here and you see what's really going on, it says, look at, this is the dates. Look, it starts, obviously, this is the World Cup. This is the knockouts. The knockouts start on the 29th of June. And the final is on the 19th of July. So the finals on the 19th of July. Bro, you're meant to be at pre-season. The season started this season on the 16th or 17th of August. So a month before pre-season, you're finishing off Germany. And then they're coming in. That's if you get to the final and win, of course. If you get knocked out in one of these, then it's cool, isn't it? It's not too bad. 4th of July, you got to fly to Manchester a week later. And then you've gone from one... You're with the Germany team, you're head straight with the Man United team. It's a bit too much to go straight into a season. This is why they're saying they need some clarity before the World Cup, maybe. So I don't know, man. It's all over the place. So this is why Stephen Ralston's saying it might be a little bit of a myth. It's not going to make sense. The times won't add up. It won't make any sense. But who knows? What do we know? Obviously, the World Cup starts on the 11th of June. And like I just showed you, look, the 11th of June and the finals on the 19th of July. Bro, everyone is at pre-season them times. 19th of July. That's pre-season times. That's why he said Nagelsmann will be more difficult to appoint. But what do we know? we might be able to still get him and work something out. I don't know. It just seems a bit weird, though. Imagine one pre-season. Who's going to be our manager? What? Steve Holland or Carrick? Stay for 1 more month, please. 2 more months. Pre-seasons when you get all your ideas into the squad. And then we go from there. So I don't know what's going to happen. But Steve Ralston saying it's a myth. I don't think we go and we get Nagelsmann. But then the Athletic, who is very reliable, Ornstein, Laurie Whitwell, etc., they're coming out and they're saying, yeah, my man's up there. He's seen as one of the most flexible managers at the moment. He can adapt to anything. He's in there. He's linked. And obviously, we got the link through Vivell, so he should be up there. So I don't know what's going to happen with Nagelsmann, man. Like I said, it seems like it's a blow, but then at the same time, it might not be a blow, because why is everyone else not talking about this? So it's a bit of a weird one, but we'll see if anything else comes from it. Obviously, we'll be here. Let me know what you lot think in the comments about in the chat, about the situation. But the dates do look a bit funny when you look at the dates. Like, how is it going to work pre-season without a manager? Do you keep the manager that you got now? Do you leave? It's just all over the place. Nothing really stands thing. So it is what it is. We'll start there anyway. We move on to this now, Sangari. So it seems like right now, we keep going through phases. This is what's been happening. We keep going through phases where a team in the relegation zone will just get linked to their players for like a week. That's what happens. So it happened with West Ham first. We'll get linked to Mateus Fernandes. Then we got linked with Somerville. Then we got linked with Bowen. You know what I'm saying? Then we got linked with Diouf, the left back, for a whole week. It was just West Ham. When they looked like they was down and out, they were on 19 points or something like that. 3 points off Burnley, and then they just went mad, and now they're on 28 points. But we will get linked to all of their players because they might go down. Now it's changed to Forest. We've been linked with Anderson every single day for about 6 months. We're linked to Morgan Gibbs-White. Now we're linked with Sangari. This is like the free for Forest. We're linked with Murillo as well. Murillo, the left centre-back. So now we got Sangari we're looking at now, apparently. So this is what's being said. Man United are preparing a 50 million euro swoop for Nottingham Forest's Ibrahim Sangari. United scouts have reportedly been impressed by his dominance in duels and composure under pressure. I don't know if there's anything in this. Like I said, bro, like it just seems like we keep getting linked with players that can potentially be relegation players where they want to get out of there. I won't be surprised if we start getting linked to some players from Spurs soon. It might be Spurs' week next time. And then if Spurs lose their next game to Liverpool, we probably start getting linked to their players left, right, and centre. But this is Sangari, 28. I don't know if Ineos are going to go and break that age thing that they do. They don't really like to go for... I ain't seen them go for one player that's over 27. I think Mazarawi was 27 or 26 at the time. Or, you know what I'm saying? De Ligt. But I don't think they've gone for anyone above them ages. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if anything's in there. Maybe they get Anderson and they say, you know what, we're going to partner him up with the same person. He can score a header or two. He's good with duels, etc. Like I said, there's other options as well. You're going to see what's going on, Balebas, etc. But this is someone that we keep being linked to. And obviously that was, if you look at the date on this, it says when it came out, this is on the 8th of March. And then we've got more stuff coming out every day. So I don't know what's going on with Sangari, man. But every day, so look at that. That's the 8th of March by Ekwakoma. Ekwakoma knows a thing or two. Some people think he's a fraud. Trust me, he's came out and said a few things and he's got it right. That Rayan guy from Bournemouth, he linked us to him. Then he said he's definitely going to go to the Prem. And then he went to the Prem and went Bournemouth. Ekwakoma, he knows a thing or two. So he's put that out there. That Man United are looking at him on the 8th. Look at that. Look at the date and the time at the bottom. The 8th of March, 7:49. And then look at this today now. Bam. 9th of March, 1 p.m. Man United are keeping close tabs on Nottingham Forest midfielder Ibrahim Sangari as they plot a potential summer move. So more links to Sangari now. This is from Sport PO. So it's coming out slowly but surely by different links, different sources every other day. 8th, 9th, what's tomorrow going to bring us? But like I said to you, look, we had this same situation with West Ham first. We were getting linked to Diouf. Then we got linked to Somerville. Then we got linked to Bowen. Then we got linked to Fernandes, the Mateus, whatever his name is. We got linked to a lot of players over there. Do you know what I'm saying? And now it's like their time. Murillo, Anderson, Gibbs-White, now Sangari. So I don't know. It hasn't come out from no Ben Jacobs or none of that or anything, but it is coming out left, right, and centre. Today, yesterday, boom, boom, boom. So we'll see what happens with this Sangari thing. If anything's going to be true about it, we'll see. But like I said, there's so many other midfielders that we're looking at, so it could be any of them. It could be for anyone. So we'll see. Let's get into some more news. We had this stuff about Greenwood as well. Marseille are looking to sell several key players this summer, with Mason Greenwood their most valuable asset. A move to Saudi Arabia is a real possibility. Man United hold it 50% sell-on clause, while Marseille could demand about 80 million euros. So, bro, there was links with him about going to Barcelona. I don't know what other clubs in for him, to be honest with you, but I know that Barcelona was in for him. They were looking at him heavy. Now they might sign Rashford and say, no, we're cool. But, boy, who knows? But 80 million euros, that's about, what, 72 million pounds? We got a 50% sell-on clause. So look at that. That's like a 30. If we get a 70 million, we get 35 million for nothing. And hopefully that goes to the transfers and then they could just add on to it and help us out. Who knows? But this is what's been going on for time for Greenwood. There's been talks about him being sold, etc. But no one actually knows where he's actually going to be sold to, if he is going to be sold. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I don't know, man. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if anything comes from this Greenwood situation. But we've got a 50%. So we got to keep a close eye. Because remember when we first started the season, we were all our money. We never sold one player. But we made about 15 million of just sell-on clauses. Carreras, he went to Real Madrid. We made a little money off that. Alanga, he went to Newcastle. We made money off that. Maxi Oyedele, one of the young boys, he went to Legia Warsaw or something. We made a little money off that. So it's good to have these little sell-on clauses going on. So we'll see. So some talks has been coming out about the boy Baldi, you know, from Barcelona. So Romano came out yesterday and just set it straight. He said, listen, there was some link between Balde and Manchester United. But Barca see Balde as a crucial part of their project and believe he has huge potential at this stage. Barcelona have no intention of letting Balde go to Man United. And that's the situation. We've already got Dorgu. We've invested. And I've already invested in that position. We've invested 24 million, bro. What does that mean? I'm sure Luke Shaw's going to go soon. So I don't know why he's saying it like that. And then he goes on to say, look, Man United want to go for a left winger midfielders with an S at the end. So that's like a few midfielders. And let's see what happens in the centre-back position. It's going to be a busy summer for Manchester United. So this ain't going to be no little summer. It's going to be a busy one. But let me stick on the Balde thing for starters so that you lot can understand where he's coming from. Basically, these little talks have been coming out. This came out on the 17th. Man United are targeting Balde, blah, 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 35 million. And then this came out 7th of March. And it said Man United want to sign Balde this summer and are ready to offer 34 million or a direct swap with Marcus Rashford. So that's what's came out about Balde, that he's heard about it, obviously, or been asked about it. And said, okay, let me go out there and actually set this one right. Bam. And then he's obviously let this started speaking about it here, but then he's told us the positions to let us know again. This is what they want: a left winger that's explosive, midfielders with an S at the end. Yeah, so a few of them, not just one, a few, and we'll see what happens with the centre back position. Remember, my man isn't. Remember, he's not gone. You know, he's not gone yet. What's his name? Maguire. We don't know what's going on with Maguire. Is Maguire gonna sit down there and think? Is he gonna sign a new contract? Is he not? What's going on with Maguire? Nobody knows. So this is the situation with centre-back situation. We don't know if we should go out there and get a centre-back or not, because nobody knows what's gonna happen. He still hasn't signed a new contract. We're still waiting. Like, make up your mind, bro. Are you gonna drop the money or are you just gonna think? But it's just nice to see that we're still in for them positions. And as you know, from the Balde situation, we have this stuff about Tavernier. He's a left winger. He plays in the Prem. They want 40 million for him, Bournemouth. I don't really rate him. I think he's an average player. I know some of you lot think he's okay. I don't think he's all that. I think he's just a guy that can come off the bench as depth, but he's not anything. Remember, you got to look at the signings we've been doing under Ineos. The signings we've been doing have been taking the players that are in the team out of the team. Lamens, Onana, Bayende, bye. I ain't heard the man's name in ages. Onana's gone, Bayende's on the bench. I don't even see him anymore. Mbumo, Garnacho, see you later. Rashford, Sancho left. Or Mason Mount, you might as well say. Cunha came in. Peace out. Hoyland, peace. Sesko's come in. Every single signing that's come in, someone has kicked someone out. And even if the person hasn't left, like Mason Mount, it's put them on the bench and gave us better depth. So Tavernier ain't going to kick no one out of nowhere. This is what I'm trying to say. I can't see them doing that because it's like every signing they're doing, it levels it up where it's competitive depth. Who's he going to be competitive with? Who? With Cunha? Like Tavernier? Come on, man. What we doing here? Do you know what I'm saying? So we want to get someone explosive. And when you look at the left wing situation, which obviously you just saw from Fabrizio, so that we definitely want a left winger, etc. These are all our targets, as you can see. Man United are exploring several options for the left wing position this summer. Targets include Bradley Barcola, Yan Diamande, Jesus Rodriguez, Marshall Godot, and Iliman Njai. There's been some talks about Anthony Gordon as well. I've seen some links about Kvaratskhelia. I don't think that's true, but that's not a bad list. But I don't know these two. They're probably ballers. You lot will probably tell me a bit more about them. Jesus Rodriguez, Marshall Godot. You lot will let me know. But this is the list, and it's been leaked now where we know that this is what's going on. So I don't know what's going to happen, bro. Like, what would you lot, but who would you lot want? I definitely wouldn't want this geezer. £40 million. Definitely not. You know what I'm trying to say? And I think out of all of them, our main target out of this whole list is clearly and obviously Yan Diamande. There's no two ways about it. Like, we've been linked with him so much, so heavy. And as you can see, 35 minutes ago, Fabrizio Romano just came out 35 minutes ago and said this. Look at the time and date at the bottom. 4:52 p.m. Manchester United scouts were in attendance for Leipzig's game against Augsburg on Saturday to follow Yan Diamande. So we are obsessed with this guy, bro. Literally. Like, we are so obsessed. And every time Fabrizio speaks about him, all he ever says is Manchester United cannot stop thinking him. Cannot stop. This is Ben Jacobs speaking about him on the 5th of March. Yan Diamande is one of the leading targets put together by Vivell. There's a realistic expectation that Man United will go big in their left wing signing. So everywhere it's been, look, Fabrizio, on the 4th of March, Man United have sent scouts several times to monitor Yan Diamande. He is one of United's main targets for the left wing. That's on the 4th of March, and he just said it again 35 minutes ago. So as you can tell, this is the guy that we want. This is what we need on the wing. This is what he's trying to say. We've got Cunha that can drift in and take a player on and shoot and all of that stuff there. But, bro, sometimes you need to put it to the wing, give it to someone that's going to take a player on, be dynamic and just, you know what I'm saying, be direct. Cunha's not always direct. I know he was against Trippier. He was taking him on a bit, but he was still getting into the middle. And look at what he's dealing with. Successful dribbles this season. Yamal's on 186. Doku's on 127. And you got Diamande on 115. So you can see what type of player. I know he's playing in a different league, etc. But you can see what type of player that you're looking at getting. That a man that's going to be taking players on left, right, and centre. That he could just make something out of nothing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So this is what's going on, man. And Fabrizio, when it comes to the left wing situation, this is what he's saying. That we are looking at. We're proper scouting him. So I don't know. Who do you lot reckon? I don't really know this Marshall Godot guy. Who is this Marshall Godot guy? He plays for Strasbourg. So this is our list then. This is what we're looking at. But I think Anthony Gordon will be on there as well. But I just don't know how much we rate him. Marshall Godot. Let's have a look at him. He's 22 years old. I've never really heard his name, bro. He's got 7 goals, 1 assist in 20 matches. And I'm sure if he was proper dope, where he was this skillful. Oh, that's where I've seen his face. He used to be at Fulham. Yes, he used to be at Fulham, bro. I've seen his face because of Fulham. I knew his face looked familiar, but it's from Fulham, okay. So if he was that guy and he's at Strasbourg, Chelsea will be all over him. Yeah, he's coming next year or whatever, but he's a left winger. He's on the list for the left wingers. I can't see us going for him. I'll be real. I think that's just there where you just put certain names on people that we scout. But I reckon when you look at the actual list, it's out of Diamande and probably Njai. Probably. That's the only two. Let's look at Jesus Rodriguez. He plays for Como. I don't really know too much about him either. Maybe I'm just slow. I don't really watch a lot of leagues out of the Prem. 20 years old, 1 goal, 7 assists in 24 matches. He's got 1 blue where he's 1 goal and assist, but apart from that, he's just calm. But yeah, I don't know these guys, man. I don't know these guys. I just think I think it's just what we done last time. When we was linked with like Ugarte, and all of these players. What I've realized about Ineos is they put loads of names out just in case you think it's just them. Nah. We started putting in Sander Berge, Ornstein's coming out. Man United are in for Sander Berge. We never wanted him. We wanted Ugarte. We just wanted to make it seem like we got other options. So this is something that I've clocked that we do a lot. So there's a lot of people on this list, but it seems like Yandi and Mande, Njai are the top. Barcola's a baller. I wouldn't mind Barcola, but I'm a bit skeptical of him when it comes to the final third. He moves a bit mad sometimes. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that one there. We'll get into the more news now. Yeah, that Godot guy was at Fulham. He was at Fulham. I knew his face from somewhere. I was thinking, where do I know his face from? But it's from him being at Fulham. So Surgeon Ratcliffe came out yesterday and said this now. I don't know what he meant, but I don't know where he even said this, but a lot of people are posting it, and he said apparently next season we will do something that will set this fan base on fire. This is what he's come out and said. So I don't know what he's talking about, bro. It can only be the transfer window, bruv, because you can't be saying we're going to win the league straight away. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And if you're going to set the fan base on fire, it can only be, the players that we're getting are some serious players. So this is what MUFC's come out and said it as well. And he's saying, look, this is something that you must be talking about. Obviously, he's being a bit, he's being a bit dramatic, putting Vinny Jr. there and Enrique and Nuno Mendes, etc. Because we don't know that we're going to get any of them. Do you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people probably wouldn't even, everyone would probably want Vinny Jr., but some people would be like, no, he doesn't track back and say mad stuff as well. And how much would he be anyway? 200 million or something crazy? But yeah, this is what Surgeon Ratcliffe's come out and said. Next season, we'll do something that will set this fan base on fire. What is he talking about? Where did he even say this? I don't even know. So that's the situation with Sir Jim. He's still talking as he always does. That's what got him in trouble at the first place. And he's still doing it. But it is what it is. We'll see. Hopefully it means something good. Look at this now. We get into the midfielders. So basically, there's been all these talks about midfielders. We want someone to partner up with Kobe. So the situation with our scouting is go and get a destroyer, someone that's basically like Casemiro or Ugarte, but better, that just destroys. That's their job. Just win the ball back, give it to Mainu, or we go and get someone like a Wharton or Anderson, etc. So basically, we want to have a destroyer, then Anderson, Mainu. They can do the little swapsies. So Mainu's not going to be starting, and I think our fan base needs to get used to this. Bro, we need to have depth, especially if we make Champions League. We need to have good players in every position. Because a lot of us, why is Ahmad not playing? Mainu, we can't bench him, bro. Foden hasn't started for like 2-3 games, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, Foden doesn't even start anymore like that. You think Man City fans care? They just want to win the title. They don't care, bro. When we won the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup and Ten Hag never started Ahmad, barely ever started him. No one said, I'm not going to celebrate the trophy because Ahmad didn't start. We knew Ahmad was good enough, but sometimes things happen. So we need to get used to it. So he's one of our main targets. Obviously, we're looking at him. Christopher Ravel has long identified Lucien Agoume as a key midfield target for Man United this summer. Agoume has been on Vivel's shortlist since at least 2025, viewed as an ideal destroyer profile for the midfield. Some people watch him. When I watch his comps, he does look a little bit slow, but I don't know. A lot of people rate him. There's a lot of comps on Twitter. You can go type his name in. He's that destroyer type. Like I said, he looks a little bit slow to me, but what do I know? I need to watch him properly. I don't really like going off comps anyway, because everyone's got a comp. You got Onana's got a good comp. Højlund's got a good comp. All of these guys. So I don't know what's going to happen, man. But all the reports that are talking about Agoume are saying, yeah, Agoume, Baleba, them sort of players are the ones that we're looking at. As we see today, look, the Athletic came out today and said this. Manchester United are looking to sign a defensive-minded midfielder who can complement Mainu, as well as a young midfielder capable of sharing playing time with him. So you see what's going on. We want someone that's going to replace Casemiro, like a Baleba or Agoume, and then go and get somebody that can play with Mainu or basically switch with Mainu. So basically, it will be for the defensive-minded player, the club has identified Agoume, Baleba. So Baleba and Mainu, or Baleba and Wharton, or maybe if we're playing against a team that just sits back the whole game, we could say Baleba and Wharton. Sorry, Wharton and Mainu. We don't need a DM. We could say that some game teams. You know what? We don't need a DM because we just want to be going forward. So Mainu, do what you do. Wharton, get your balls over, etc. It could be Anderson, it could be anyone, but that's what we're looking at. Someone that's going to share with Mainu, and it won't be a big drop-off. So let's say we're playing Wharton, he starts, gets to the 60th minute, put on Mainu. It's not the biggest drop-off in the world. Baleba, you be the DM, and if Ugarte goes, we go and get Agoume. So we got Baleba and Agoume. So every time the drop-off's not that big. So it's good to see, man, the Athletic's talking about it now. Like I said, I've watched Agoume. He looks okay. He's got some nice passes and whatnot, but he doesn't look nothing special. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I never watched him and thought, yeah, bro, this guy is amazing. He just looks average to me. I'll be real, but I don't know, man. What do I know? Innit? I don't watch him like that. I'll type in his name and see what he's been getting up to at Sevilla. As you can see, he's a CM, DM. He's more of this destroyer. He's 24 years old. He's got 1 goal, 2 assists. Obviously, I'm not going to judge him from that. But you look at that. He's a bit of oranges, a few greens, mostly oranges, to be honest. This is the last 20 games. That's not really good when it comes to performance-wise, but it is where it is. They know better, innit? And if he's only 30 million euros, that's about 24 million pounds, 26. Bro, it might be a steal. It might be like a dog. You get him, it takes a bit of time to kick in, and then boom, he's good at it. And look at his aerial duels as well, 89% won. So he's out here winning aerial duels, defensive contributions. So it could be a thing where him and Baleba come. We get Baleba first. We get in the Baleba and Anderson, or Baleba and Wharton. And then Ugarte leaves. Then we go and get him with the same money. Ugarte might leave for about 20 million. You Galatasaray or something, 25. Bam, that same money, just go and get Agoume. Try him out. He's on the bench. He's changing over with Baleba. Why not? Type of thing. So that could be the situation, man. We'll see. But they are the 2 targets that we're looking at in that DM role. Remember, there's Andersons, there's Whartons, there's João Gomez from Wolves as well. He's on the list as well. Who knows? But as you can see, Vevel, he's scouting all these guys from different leagues because he knows there's going to be cheaper. So it seems like it's going to be one of them. If it's not Baleba, it's going to be Agoume. And like I said, there's a lot of comps out here for Agoume. 30 million euros, that's all he is. And he's the guy that everyone's more or less talking about now. So we'll see what happens, man. Let's get into the boy. Look at this now. So Critchley certified, basically, with the Athletic, Ornstein and the man's dog. He's come out and said Elliot Anderson is still the first choice target. While talks regarding availability of Baleba were held last summer, we know about that. United also thought to have a short list of centre-back signings, adding a left-back who can take over from Luke Shaw when needed and offer more width down the flank. Because remember, Luke Shaw don't really run through no more. He just stays kind of back. He's a bit safe. Do you know what I'm saying? So imagine having Dorgu. Dorgu can play as a left winger. You can have a left back that he can either switch with, or he can turn out there and do what he needs to do. I'm going to show you the next one, and then we're going to get into this, obviously, look. And then I'm going to get the comments, yes? I'm going to get the chats. So make sure you lot are smashing the likes, my people, man. Let's get these likes up, man. Come on, man. These likes are not making no sense. Come on, bro. Come on, my people. You know what we always say? Man United would ideally want an athletic, defensively minded midfielder who can complement Mainu, while there may be a scope for an additional midfield signing who can split playing time with the 20-year-old. So someone that's going to play with him and someone that's going to play and give him competition. Like I'm saying, it might be a bit Wharton. It could be Wharton and Baleba. It could be Baleba and Anderson. It could be whatever. Stiller and Anderson. Who knows what's going to happen? But he's going to have some competition for his place, and he's going to have someone next to him. So we'll see what happens, man. Let's see what happens with that one there. But Mainu, it's good to see that he's obviously going to have some competition, and we're obviously looking at him. Look at this now. This is the left-back situation. So we've got Man United and Aston Villa are interested in Anthony Robinson, with both clubs weighing up a move. United are particularly keen at strengthening left-back after a string of problems in that position. Fulham are ready to sell him for around 25 million. So obviously, we've got Luke Shaw as our left-back. Dorgu. When Dorgu's back, it'll be Dorgu probably first choice. Luke Shaw will be second. But I reckon we more need a right-back. Because Dallo, I think we need to cut ties with him as soon as possible. But look at Anthony Robinson. In the summer, he'll be 29. They want 25 million. If they cut that down to about 20 million, I think they might have a deal. 20 million, he's 29, no problem. We'll keep him for about 3-4 years. And you know he's athletic. He can get up and down. He's more or less like a left wing back. He creates a lot of chances. You know what I'm trying to say? And have him and Dorgu swapping, mate, that's a good left back position. You wouldn't care who starts. They're both athletic. They both can run up and down. They're both strong. They're both good with the duels. So it is what it is. He ain't really been on it this year. He ain't really been playing that much. But you can see 13 matches, no goals, no assists this year. But you know Anthony Robinson, what you'll get from him, man. Look, he's been in the greens at the beginning of the season. Look at that. In Christmas, sorry. He was on it. He was doing his thing. So when he plays, you know what he gets up to more or less. He might not be doing it right now at Fulham. Who knows what's going on over there? But he's there and they want 25 million for him. I think that's all right. I think that's all right. He's Premier League proven. He understands how the Prem works. I think that's all right to go out there and pay that for him still, especially if they drop the price down. Yeah. So it is what it is, man. I think that's all right for him, man. But we'll see what happens, man, if we end up going for him. We've been linked with him a few times. This is nothing new. That's one thing I'll tell you, lot. This Robinson stuff is nothing new. We've been linked with him ages now. But the other times we were linked with him, I think people more wanted him, if you know what I'm saying. It was more like, oh, we should go out there and get Robinson. But now it's seeming more and more likely we could actually go and get him. Look at this. This is in 2024. You know what I'm saying? 2024, Man United are interested in signing left-back Anthony Robinson. That's in September 23rd. So that came up from goal. Then it came up from Relucto. Nico, same thing. He's athletic, ability. They don't want to lose him. 30 million is what they wanted from him. Do you know what I'm saying? So a lot of things have been coming up with his name. Look, left wing back targets in December. Robinson. This is Ben Jacobs saying this, you know. Estupian, who's at Milan. Munoz and Robinson. Obviously, Amram was there at them times. We needed a left wing back. Now it might have changed a little bit, but his name has been about. So when you see these reports, you got when the person's name's been around a few times, you've got to say, maybe there's something in there. When it hasn't been about at all, then it's a bit, do you know what I'm saying? But remember, look, this is left wing backs when we have Amram. Things could have changed now. So who knows? Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens. But Robinson were definitely linked with him. And we definitely want a left back. People say we want a left back. Some people say we need to get a right back. We've got Mazarawi. We've got Dorgu that could play as a right back as well. But yeah, to have Robinson and Dorgu in the same team, you wouldn't even care who starts. 1 minute it's Dorgu, 60 minutes, put on Robinson. There's no drop-off. That is more or less kind of like the same player. They're both athletic. They run up and down. Crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think Robinson's a bit more experienced, obviously, and he's got some good balls in the box. That's one thing about him. And they're both very, very fast as well. So I'm with that. Let me get a few of these chats, man. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. Let's get this, man. Baleba, my guy. Yeah, Baleba's up there. He's one of the choices, man. We'll see what happens with him, man. I feel like Baleba's more or less done. I'll be real. Even when you look at our targets, we got Wharton. He's asking for Champions League. Liverpool won him. Anderson, he's asking for Champions League. Man City won him. Baleba wanted us when we finished 15th. Nobody is onto him. It's just us. There's no race for Baleba. He's agreed personal terms. I think that one's more or less done. I'll be real, man. I reckon we get him. What's that, Mitch? I can only take him over Carrick and not De Zerbi or any other young manager. No one ain't rating De Zerbi in here. Baleba, Agoume, and maybe Tonali for the right price. I'm all over these English kids who feel like you're not rating Wharton. I think Wharton, when I saw him the other day, I've always kind of rated him, but he's just too forward. He's just too attacking minded. And you see when we play like without Martinez, you can see we need that something to push the ball forward sometimes. And if it's not Bruno Fernandes, you need to have other outlets. That's why I rate him. Not Nagelsmann. I like Don Carlo. We desperately need someone like him. If we cannot get Nagelsmann, give Carrick the job. Don Carlo over Nagelsmann. Carlo's doing up Brazil. He signed a new contract. It's a myth. So it can only be Nagelsmann going to pull a Spurs next season. Mark my words. Who's going to pull a Spurs? What are you talking about? What are you on about? Don't know if we sign 6-8 players. That's the wrong Sangari. We could sign the second coming of until the you're on that pelt, Skinny Bob. You're on that pelt when you feel like you're just coming here on some, we're gonna think. We're gonna be like Spurs, bro. We're never gonna be like Spurs, bro. No matter who the ownership is. That's one thing you got to give to them. They're not moving that mad. Someone tell the board the right Sangari is in the lens. Yeah, I see that one day. We will link to him as well, innit? We'll keep getting links to all the players of the world of soccer match. I don't know who is surprised at the moment. It's true. We're here every day with a new player. You're right. I won't be surprised if we're linked to Mbappe next. It's crazy. if we're linked to all the players in the African League, yeah, Vivel. One thing about Vivel, he loves the African players. I tell you that for free. And now that they've changed AFCON isn't in the it doesn't go through where the players are playing anymore. It's in the summer now. So now it's in the summer where everyone gets to chill out. Everyone respects it now. It's a bit better. So everyone can go do their AFCON and it's cool. Imperial Coast. TS pre-recorded. This shit, nah, bro. This ain't pre-recorded. This is live, bro. Is your YouTube not telling you that this is live? How was Nagelsmann a blow? You seen Nagelsmann pressure the way he talked about these players like Stats, that idiot going, yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying still. And he's a blow because there's a report from Stephen Ralston that's came out that's saying that he's a myth, basically. Like, it's not even going to make any sense. It will have to be said, look, I'll just show it to you, look. It will have to be said basically before the World Cup, and we need to be on pre-season. So unless he comes out early, how is it going to happen, basically? Like, it's just all over the place. I don't know. We'll see what happens, though. Both of them, Zerbi. Is Mateus couldn't do in the World Cup? He needs to get goals. Yeah, he's going to Brazil, isn't it? He's a baller. I've heard about this Nico Paz. He plays for Como. John T, that brother is going back to Madrid. I'll only take Yandy Amande from that list. I don't know if he was at Wigan. I know he was at Fulham. I used to see his face at Fulham, but I don't know if he was at Wigan still. Or it's like Sesko is that third option. Diamande can end up at. Yeah, I think Diamande's got a good chance of going to Liverpool, but you just don't know. And he kind of put something to bed where he said something like that. Metric community, man. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. Subscribe if you're new. You know we're here every day. This is nothing new, man. Agoume, Baleba, bench options. We get a proper option. Proper DM. Who would you say is the proper DM then, Hazzy? When did they replace Ericsson, Matic, Onikim? It's true. It's true. We haven't replaced a lot of players. This is what I said. I've been saying this. We haven't replaced Ericsson. Agoume and Kamara. Get me Lamine Kamara, Baleba and Tonali for the right price. It's PSG elite midfielders. See, I ain't watched none of that. Each and every time, let's get the likes up. Love for that, man. Ratio. People just watch the thing. Come on, bro. We're here every day, man. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. Dallo was a good dude, though. He's a leader in the dressing rooms. Bro, play in the dressing rooms, but we need someone to start and be able to pass the ball. That's what I'm on. Bournemouth fullback. What's his name? Truffert or something like that. He's okay, man. He looks all right, but I don't know if they'll go for him. What are they going to want for him straight away? This is what Bournemouth do. They get these players and they just sell them on for Maguire's. What are they going to want from him? 24 years old, 2 assists, and he has been doing his thing, but I don't think they go for him, man. I'll be real. Let's get into the rest of the news anyway, and then we'll double up on a few of these in a bit. Premier League is the best. Look, what's that there? Hansi Flick. Is he twerking for us? Is this about Man United? Premier League is the best league in the world. What's he talking about? Is he saying he wants to try it out? What are you saying to us, Hansi Flick? It's incredible. They have a lot of money and can make decisions. We are as strong as they are. We have to play with our philosophy and show it to the world. He's talking about Newcastle, isn't it? Yeah, he's talking about Newcastle. I think that's their next game, right? So, yeah, we'll see. But, boy, Hansi Flick, man, I'll take him right now at United. I'll tell you that for free, bro. The way he plays is mad. I know his offside trap's a bit mad, though. That offside trap is crazy. But definitely he's a good manager, man. And he went over there and they scored loads of goals differently. Some talks about Fabrizio. Look at this about Bruno. If Manchester United qualify for Champions League football and present Bruno with a very interesting and ambitious project, there are good chances for him to continue and stay. So you're basically telling us nothing. That is literally a whole load of nothing. You have said to me, if we get Champions League and we give Bruno an interesting project, there's good chances for him to stay. You're not telling us I've got info that Bruno will stay. You're not telling us anything. You're just saying the basics, basically. That's like me saying, if we offer Maguire, what's Maguire on? 190k. If we offer Maguire 130k and we tell him, yes, please stay for a couple years, he could stay. It's not me saying 100%. I've got the drop. I've spoke to his agent. I'm just putting something out there that goes without saying. Of course he could stay. Like, that doesn't... Bro, these guys need to remove their YouTubes, man. Literally, man. Please, just give us the info and cut. This is why I like Ornstein, Andy Mittens and that. Fabrizio's starting to get a bit annoying because he's just repeating himself. But yeah, we move on from that anyway. Bam, look at this now. So we got Barcola. This came out 22 hours ago. Barcola's emerged as a standout option for Man United. he's been repeatedly added to the shortlist as Rashford nears to a permanent move to Barcelona. So obviously they were in for him as well. They were looking at him, but now he's on our list. And obviously, I would take Barcola. Do you know what I'm saying? I would take him, but I don't know, man. Every time I watch him, he barely plays, innit, to be honest with him. He barely plays, but when he does play, he always misses a lot of chances. Even the other day, I watched the game. He scored the goal, but he missed loads of chances. Sorry, he missed. He literally shot, and it took a mad deflection, sorry. So it wasn't like he just went out there and scored. He just misses a lot of chances. I don't know, man. But I like him, though. I do like the way he dribbles and all of that. So it is where it is. But as you can see, we've been linked with him a few times as well. Look at this. This is in December. Man United are eyeing Barcola. January the 14th, PSG have admired Rashford for years and they're willing to send Barcola to Old Trafford. I don't know how true that is. And then this is obviously from Sport, and it gave us our list about Barcola, Diamande, Rodriguez, Godot, and Njai. So I don't know what's going to happen, man. But it seems like the left wingers situation is brewing. So we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know who we're going to go for. Sir Jim's coming out here and saying, we're going to set the thing. I'm going to set, it's going to set the fan base alight and all of that. So I don't know. What are they talking about here? Is it Barcolas and Diamant? It's going to be a mad stuff. I don't know. We'll see. We get onto the boy, De Zerbi. Look at this now. De Zerbi is understood to be keen on the Old Trafford role. I would be keen on it as well if I was unemployed. Do you know what I'm saying? Same thing as a manager. But he is very keen. There was talks about De Zerbi being one of the top clubs. Sorry, the top candidates for the Spurs job, right? But obviously Spurs, I don't know what's going on. No one knows what's going on over there. They might get relegated. And obviously Poch seems like he's the top choice now anyway. It seems like it's Pochettino. They're going to do a return for Pochettino if they stay up, of course. If they don't, then it's peak. But De Zerbi is definitely... And look, this came out on the 12th as well. Look, February the 12th. That De Zerbi is ready to choose Tottenham over Manchester United, viewing Spurs as the next logical step in his manager career. So I don't know how mad that is. I don't know how big De Zerbi is on that list. Obviously, if we look at who's left, when you take out all the world-class managers, the Tuchels, the Ancelottis, etc., it's really only Poch, De Zerbi, Nagelsmann. And unless you keep Carrick, unless you're going to turn around and say, no, I want Iriola or Glasner. But De Zerbi, Glasner, they're kind of the same, where they kind of spazzed out in the press conferences. I think that takes them out of the jobs. That takes them out of the rankings because it's showing you're too emotional. You can't handle the pressure. And if you're moving like that at Marseille, where you're losing, you're coming out of the, you're losing 3-0 to Liverpool, coming out of the Champions League and threatening to quit over that at Marseille, what are you going to be doing at Man United, bro? When it's all going left and wrong and you're in every single media outlet, Talk Sports, Sky Sports, everything. You're going to be spazzing out. So I don't know what's going to happen with this geezer, but I don't know, man. He just seems like he could just spaz out at any time whatsoever that you just don't know with him. So I don't know what's going to happen with De Zerbi, but he's keen. He's keen to get the job. He wants it. I just don't know if we're going to offer it to him. I don't think he can handle the pressure, man. He just seems too emotional. Sometimes that's good. I like to see that on the touchline. I like to see managers running and celebrating and etc. But when you're in the press conference, you can't be that emotional, bro, where you could just spaz out and that. And that's what we saw with Amrin. That's what got him sacked. They probably got PTSD saying, yo, we ain't got time for that. Any sort of person, we ain't got time for it. We'll see. This came out today. Ty Marshall basically saying, look, Man United are planning to keep their pre-season in Europe, scraping the usual money-spinning tours to USA or Asia. The club are working on 5 games across the continent through fixtures are yet to be confirmed. So we're trying to keep it a bit local in Europe. Do you know what I'm saying? Usually, last year we went to, we done the post season. As soon as the season finished, literally a week later, we're playing Hong Kong and teams like that. And then obviously after that, we went to America and then we won that summer series, whatever it's called. So yeah, man, it is where it is. That's just pre-season. Who's going to be the manager? This is what I'm saying. If we get an Nagelsmann or something, they're not even going to be about, which is madness. Don't even make no sense. Critchley's come out and he's basically said, look, people close to the dressing room have praised the training methods of Michael Carrick. Players are believed to be benefiting from shorter, more focused training and more intense sessions. But then again, I saw something as well saying that the players feel like they're starting games a bit later. It's taking them up to speed to start games because the gap is too long. You know, like pre-season, everyone takes mad long to get up to speed because you ain't played for ages. It's the same way we've been starting. So I saw some reports about that the other day. Like that's why the players are kind of saying they're feeling a certain way, etc. I don't know. But the main decision maker, that's Jason Wilcox, etc. Omar Barada, they're satisfied with what Carrick is doing and his work, but the club insists that they will not rush to appoint a permanent successor. A decision should not be made before the end of the season. So they're not going to get it as gassed. Do you know what I'm trying to say? They're not going to get as gassed as the fans are going to get, etc. And I feel like they shouldn't make a decision anyway. Why would they? Just wait, innit? Like, there's no rush. Wait till it's time and then come out here and say what you're going to say. Is he going to get the job or not? I don't think he gets the job. I'll be real. All the reports that's mostly come out has been like, nah, they still want to give it to someone that's a world-class manager, etc. So I don't know, man. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if anything else comes from it. People close to the dressing room, this is just some more praise about him and Steve Holland in the training. He's giving him praise, basically just bigging him up. He's played a big part in it. And he was there when Jose won. A lot of the Chelsea, Ancelotti's, when they won at Chelsea, Steve Holland was definitely there playing a big part. We've been linked with this guy a few times now, you know. I don't know, like, I don't really watch him too much. And I've not seen nothing that is crazy. But Man United are interested in signing Andre Santos. He's well regarded as Chelsea, but not considered untouchable. You know, they got their untouchables. Caicedo, Cole Palmer, Cucurella, I think he's on that list now. Reece James, I don't think he's on that list. And basically, Casemiro expected to leave. Santos is seen as a potential long-term replacement in midfield. Blah, blah, blah. 34 million. Listen, the thing with Santos is, yeah, I think we could have actually went for him before because Maresca didn't really rate him like that. He didn't really have him on that list, etc. But then, now my man's coming, Liam Vecino, who was playing him at Strasbourg, rates him because he understands the system. He plays him every game. So now it's a myth anyway. So we keep getting all these links. Look, we've had a few. Ben Jacobs spoke about this in October. You know what I'm trying to say? October, Ben Jacobs brought him up and said, yeah, he's on the list of the shortlist. This is a Juventus source in October. This came out on the 6th of March on the Chelsea aggregate page, saying Man United remain interested in Andre Santos. Chelsea hold all the cards due to his long contract. And if Chelsea bring in another midfielder and Lavia stays fit, they would have a lot of midfielders, but it's currently viewed as a market opportunity. I don't know. It's mostly Ben Jacobs putting this out here. It could be something like Fabrizio and Garnacho. You know, Garnacho's agent paid Fabrizio to promote it 100 times. It might be something like that, where he just keeps trying to get him a move or something. I don't know. But remember, they felt like they're not going to be in the Champions League race, and these things started coming out. Now they pump Villa. It feels a bit different for them. So I don't know, man. I don't really rate Santos like that. What do you lot thinking about him? I don't really think he's all that. I've watched him a few times. He's never stood out for me. I've never watched him and be like, wow, he was cold. All right, did you watch Santos? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't stand out like that. 21 years old, Brazilian, of course. No goals, no assists in 22 games. He's in the greens a bit. Just, it's average. This is what I'm saying. This is what I see. What I'm seeing now, the orange, then green, is just average. Like, it's not nothing amazing. And even you look at the games that he's been amazing in, the greens, it's Wolves, Leeds, Hull, Burnley, and Wrexham. But when you're playing Napoli, Arsenal, Arsenal again, you're not doing anything. You're average. When you're playing Brentford, Arsenal again, average. You know what I'm trying to say? Charlton, you're shining. So I don't know. I don't know about Andre Santos like that, man. I don't know. I feel like, but obviously, we've got better players that we could go for. I'll rather go for someone else that is a bit more better. But that's the situation with him. And we'll see if anything happens. £34 million. I don't know. Is he worth that? I don't know, bro. Like, I just bring you lot. You lot let me know what you lot think. But that's the situation on Santos. We move on from that. And then we got this about... this is what I just more or less showed you, that we're in for Diamande, man. That's the guy that we're going to go for. There's no two ways about it. He's going to be the man. Unless he turns around and goes to Liverpool, he's going to be a Man United player. Remember, him and Ahmad are doing this friend thing as well, YD and AD, and putting up cryptic messages. I feel like he's going to be the guy, man. Fabrizio spoke about it. Ben Jacobs, Andy Mitten, every single one of them has came out and spoke about it. And this is what came out as well about it. Liverpool want him as well. Man United target to replace Mo Salah on the wing. It could cost them 87 million. 87 million to replace him. But he's mostly a left winger, though. So I don't know. Obviously, he could play on any side, innit? But would you not want to spend that much money on a player to come and play in the same position he's shining in? This is what I say about Glasner. People will say, yeah, go get Glasner. You can play a 4 at the back. But why would you go and get a manager to come and play, change his system? And if you go and get a chef that cooks the food a certain way, you're going to want him to come and cook the food how he's cooking the food. You're not going to say, come and change it and start cooking something else. No. You want him to cook that same dish that has been going mad, etc. Why are you going to get him? It's like getting Glasner. He plays a 3 at the back and telling him, nah, come here, but only play a 4. But he's got all these success in a 3 at the back. He's won the FA Cup Community Shield with a 3 at the back. It's the same thing with Diamande. If he's a left winger and he's getting all these joy from there, keep him as a left winger. There's no point. Man United have to qualify for the Champions League if they have any chance whatsoever to sign Adam Wharton or Anderson. This is what I'm saying. This is why I say Baleba has to be done. We already agreed personal terms with him last season. Summertime. He wanted to join us when we finished 15th. He don't care about Europe. Brighton ain't making Europe. These two, they've got people onto them. Anderson's got Man City that's onto him. Wharton's got Liverpool that won him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? They're both playing in Europe as we speak. Wharton's playing in the Conference League. Anderson's playing in Europa. They want Europe. Anderson is of interest of United. Well-placed sources say they would not be able to compete with the front runners, Manchester City, on Anderson's salary unless they are back in the Champions League. So Anderson's already on 100k something. That's the difference. He's already on 100k. Man City are offering mad wages anyway. They're always in Champions League. They can afford to. So they've got Haaland on 500k. They got Guy that's just come down 300k. They can do all of that. And look at Anderson. This geezer's doing loads. 23 years old. Look at this guy. 2 goals, 2 assists. You know he's not really for the goals, but he creates a lot and does things in the greens. Excellent against Man City. Excellent against Crystal Palace. A lot of greens. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he does what he needs to do, man. And that's the type of player we need over here, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And he really does his thing. But I reckon he goes to Manchester City. I reckon he does go to Man City. And as you can see from this article, it blatantly says front runners is City. So they're the front runners. And all the reports I've got about Anderson, they all say the same thing. Like, yeah, he more prefers City than Man United. We get to the boy Wharton now. When you look at Wharton, he's been up and down, etc. But Wharton, there you go. That's the last 10. Before that, he's doing his thing. Another guy. Do you know what I'm saying? 5 assists, 26 matches, 22 years old. Bruv, as long as we end up with any of them, man, I'm happy, bro. And I'm just happy with the players that we're even scouting now. Do you understand? To end up with any of them, and they're 2 of the best midfielders in the league, some of the best midfielders that we can go for, I'm saying, is lovely, bro. Then be sitting there and be linked with guys like Rabiot and these scrubs. So it is where it is. That's the situation with Wharton. But like I keep saying to you about Anderson, this geezer is very much linked to Manchester City. Every time I see his name and they say something about preference, the preference is always Man City. Man City are primed to step up their interest in Elliot Anderson and believe he favours a move to them over Man United. Graham Bailey came out and said it's a done deal. It's been done for several weeks, but they're not going to put it out there yet, blah, blah, blah. Man City, that's basically the same thing I just showed. Yeah, it's just all Man City, man. It just seems mad. This is what I'm saying. So I don't know. Man City are tracking both Gibbs White and Anderson. Blah, blah, blah. He's out here liking all of their posts. Man City. I don't think we get Anderson, man. Anderson would snub a move to Man United to join Man City. There's not one article that is the other way around. That's what I mean. Even if these are not real, there's so many different journalists that are just saying Man City then over Man United. Not one has said he prefers Man United over Man City. Not one. Just give me one, at least. Give me some hope. There's none. This is what I'm saying. And when you look at this, bro, look at that. On the 29th of December, before the market even opened in January. Guy, Semenyo, Anderson. They already got 2 of them out of 3. So I reckon they got him. I'll be real, man. It is where it is, though, isn't it? Like I said, there's other midfielders that we're looking at. There's other men that can obviously replace. So we'll see. And this is Andy Mitten speaking about it. He said, Man United have got their targets and their players they're interested in. Some of them are public. Some of them are not. They've got to gauge who is prepared to come. The midfield is the key one. They're looking at some players. We've mentioned Anderson, Wharton, Baleba. But there are others, a few in Spain that will be absolutely raised eyebrows. So, boy, who's that going to be? That can be some serious players. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a few of these chats, man. So Agoume and Mimi both in. Yeah, both bench options. Any news on Angelo Stiller? Angelo Stiller's calmed down. I haven't heard anything about Stiller in a minute now. I'll be real. All the talks about Stiller's kind of calmed down. So go about the league and stop this nonsense. If we go, oh man, we should just be here. Believers are no for me. Same man Glazing, he'll be the first to turn on him. I need Barcola at Man United this summer. Barcola's top 5 in league goals, by the way. Okay. Barcelona's cooking at PSG. Big up yourself, PSG. Hope you're good, bro. Needs to fix his finishing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's good. But if he starts scoring a bit more goals, he'll be the guy. The Frozy was talking about rejecting us from Marseille before his players. I won't take Barcola match PSG trying to play us again and get Diamande as they did with Neves. True, innit? Why would PSG do that? They already got Dewey. Nah, because they always want depth. One thing about PSG, they got good depth. They know everyone will come to them. People think Barcola might be available. They've got a lot of wingers. Stiller, Baleba, Agoume. It's truly Anderson won't come to us. Let's peach our tent somewhere else. Yeah. So many good players. Exactly. PSG are really looking to sell cover. I will love him at 70 million and spend 80 to 89. I'm proving Diamande. If we can get the boy Andre Santos, I'll take him. I think he's okay. I don't think he's anything special, but it is what it is. That's more or less the news, my peoples, man. I'll be here later, of course, with my 10-minute update. And whatever comes out, we'll be here. Look at this. What's this Fabrizio's talking about? Livramento. Livramento is not close to joining Man City in a summer deal, despite reports. Who said this then? Indicator or something? It must be Indicator, innit? That started this out of nowhere. Still expected to sign a thing. Yeah, but that's it, my people, man. Smash the likes, man. Subscribe if you're new, man. We're here every day. At least smash them likes. Don't know, my peoples.
Some celebs pull up loco. You know we are next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm loco. But for now, the service beat, I'm more loud. I said,